This Seattle Storm situation is kind of strange. Look, the initial reports come out, and I take anything reported by Annie in the Chicago Sun-Times to the bank at this point. She's basically the women's Woj when it comes to the WNBA and the like at this point. But the initial report was that there were investigations into bullying allegations of the Seattle Storm coaching staff. Since then, there's been a lot that has come out, but none of it completely concrete. So it's hard for me to sit here and speak to you with like a defined opinion because I don't know what the hell is going on. What I do know is some of the chatter that has come out since then. Of course, one of the big details in this whole thing is that Nneka Ogwumike is the president of the Players Association. And surely the Players Association has to be informed and involved of this investigation. At the same time, Ogwumike was very effusive in her praise of head coach Noelle Quinn. There was something from an outlet called Circling Seattle Sports that had reported that Ogwumike was excluded from team meetings due to her status. I don't know if that's true at all. All I know is that it's a bit of an elephant in the room, if you will. Regardless of, I don't need a report to tell me that that is an odd situation when there's an investigation into the coaching staff and one of the most prominent players on the team is the president of the Players Association. On top of that, there have been rumblings that Skylar Diggins-Smith was a little fiery for people. I don't want to say it was bullying per se, because sometimes, like, if that's the case, you could go back and say Kobe Bryant bullied his teammates, right? Depending on what it was. I don't know what I need to know what was said, what was done before I determine something bullying or motivating or calling it like you see it or being extra. There's a big sliding scale there that can go down. But Diggins-Smith posted to her Instagram this. Don't tell a lie on me, and I won't tell the truth about you. Okay? So timing indicates that very well might have something to do with this situation. If you don't understand the reference, that is a description or use of some Kendrick Lamar lyrics from a song called Euphoria, which was his first full diss track toward Drake, where he warned Drake, don't tell lies about me, and I won't tell the truth about you. And that seems to be what Skylar Diggins-Smith is insinuating. In the midst of all this, if my name is slandered, I'm going to unload the clip in regards to what I know about you. We'll see how that goes. But then there was another wrinkle. And by the way, fans are speculating that Smith and Ogwumike unfollowed Jewell Loyd on social media. Apparently, they don't follow each other. I don't know if they did. The whole unfollow thing is, I always get a little annoyed by that because I can't know for sure somebody followed somebody in the first place, but that's the way it goes nowadays, right? Like, it's a legitimate thing. They unfollowed him. What an insult. But Jewell Loyd is another involved party here. Clearly, I think it was her mom who said something about this when it first came out, the bullying reports, almost in a, okay, told you so. So that made me think Jewell Loyd is one of the figures that could be involved here. And this was an interesting little wrinkle that happened with Loyd's agent. So Loyd's agent goes online and refutes this report. There's a report from, her name is Roberta Rodriguez. I'm not familiar. I know some people have taken issue with something she said about Caitlin Clark I don't know. But basically the report said that Loyd didn't meet some Nike incentives, scoring incentives that would have got her paid, and blamed Noelle Quinn for that. She needed to average 20 points a game to get some sort of incentive. Didn't do it. It was the coach's fault. This other woman is Jewell Loyd's agent, who says, I'm not going to comment on everything you have posted, but you are posting lies. This is not journalism. The response to that was, I invite you to take a deep look into it. People from Jewell's inner circle are saying that blaming Noe on Jewell not meeting the bonus benchmark. Noe, huh? They're on a nickname basis. That is important context for a situation. I understand that this is something frustrating to read, but don't attack my work for that. And finally, the agent says, I'm not going back and forth with you, and this will be my last comment. I think, as someone who actually negotiated the contract, can tell you and confirm that this statement is false, and whomever you're talking to doesn't have the right information. So I would say that's a denial. That qualifies as a denial. Very strong denial. In fact, an attack on the credibility. That's not just a denial. That's me saying that's her saying your work is not credible, more or less. Regardless, this is not a story that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. It's going to unfold over a little bit of time here. And we will see how it goes, what comes out. I won't have a defined opinion on this until I know what's actually going on, what the actual facts are, right? But as I said in the initial video of this, there is more shine on the WNBA than ever before. And sunlight is the best disinfectant. So as there is more shine, more and more things are going to come to light. And we've seen that. They just get more attention. Like, this is the kind of thing in the past that no one really would have paid attention to. And it could have been kept in the little WNBA circle. And again, I don't know, if Noelle Quinn and her staff are guilty of anything. I don't know if, the other side of things could be overselling that and hard-nosed coaching is misconstrued as bullying. I don't know if horrible actual bullying went on. I do know it's a bit of a soap opera right now because of the agent of Jewell Loyd going public, the rumors around Loyd's relationship with Skylar Diggins-Smith and Nneka Ogwumike. Again, I don't know nothing about their personal situation. Nneka Ogwumike's role as the president of the Players Association and how that could play into it, in addition to her being in the camp of Quinn. And then, a lot of the hypocrisy that's going on around the W, where the new fans were all the bad ones. And anybody that came and watched Caitlin Clark and the Fever was bad. And everything was peachy keen before that. And the entire league was holding hands and singing Ring Around the Rosie. And what we've seen since then is that is not the case. That there has been some, politics involved in this league for a minute, and a seedy underbelly as well, and media members, quite frankly, or influencers who aren't up to task. Even social media, people who aren't up to task working for the league. And in the process of all this, not the Storm thing itself won't settle that. The Storm thing will get settled eventually, but that sunlight is shining on the league, and it's going to clean up a lot of the mess.